Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to not be that Californian in Texas from a California transplant. I've lived in Texas for over 7 years now, and I have to say, Austin, Texas specifically is a great place to live. It's probably one of the easier places to adapt to if you're coming from any major city on the West Coast, from California, from Washington, wherever that may be. And as long as you follow this video, you're going to do well. So I've broken up this video into 3 different parts. The first part, we're going to be talking about the 5 deadly sins of California transplants. The second part is going to be how to fit in 7 rules to live by. And the last part is going to be how to not be that Californian in Texas and actually thrive here. Okay, so let's start from the top. Part number 1, the 5 deadly sins of California transplants. So a lot of this research I've compiled together was from reading a bunch of Reddit threads, looking at the local news in the comment section, and looking at some blogger rants in the Austin Reddits. So here we go. Sin number 1, in California, why Texans hate it. Every conversation with the Californian starts with back home, well, or in California, we do this. So everything you're trying to compare to California. And if you're telling that to a local, in their head, they're saying, well, if that's the case, then go back there. Why'd you even leave to begin with? All right. So this rubs them the wrong way. And some of the most hated comparisons that I found were in California, our tacos are authentic. In California, we have real nature. So how do you fix that? Let's do a small little tweak. Here's a substitute. Here's what you could say instead of saying, back in California, say this instead. I'm still exploring. What's your favorite taco spot? Doesn't that sound a little bit more like you'd get a better response? Let me know in the comments. Kind of makes you, and it makes the locals feel like experts because they want to share all these awesome Texas local gems. And here's a pro tip. If you must compare, say this instead. This reminds me of X, but I like to know how you all do it here. That's a good one, isn't it? I know I've used that once or twice, and the response is you just get access to so many things that you just won't find online because, again, some of the best spots aren't never posted. They're never shared online. They're gate kept. Sin number 2, being politically loud. So it doesn't really matter if you stand on the left or on the right or if you're down the middle. At the end of the day, Texans don't care. They just don't take away their guns. Don't bring your policies or your way of thinking from California to here because you left for a reason and they know why they know why you left. So and they don't need a TED talk about it. So if anything, just less is more when it comes to the political talk conversation. So a way to fix it that I found in my research online was stick to this Austin rule. No politics until the 3rd hangout and only if they bring it up. That's not too hard. All right, sin number 3, the Change Texas agenda. Why Texans hate it. Transplants who lobby for California-style zoning laws ruin what makes Austin unique. Here's an example I found on Reddit. My California neighbor petitioned to ban fireworks on July 4th. She now has a "Don't California My Texas" sign in her yard. Now, that was a pleasant surprise, and I'm all for it because in California, even though the only way you do get illegal fireworks is you have to have a plug, but here in Texas, there is no such thing. You can buy the fireworks that go into the air any kind of firework installation here, and they celebrate. So here's the golden rule on how to fix it when it comes to the Change Texas agenda. The golden rule is observe for 6 months before suggesting improvements or just giving your 2 cents. I would even add more to that and just give it a year so you can really learn how things are done before you give any type of suggestion, especially out loud. Keep it to yourself. Sin number 4, complaining about Texas. And here's some of the most hated complaints according to a Reddit subreddit called Ask Austin. Why is there no good sushi here? The drivers here are awful. It's too hot. Texans know it's hot here and they wear it like a badge of honor. So just join them. When it comes to the drivers here are awful, everybody knows this. So it's nothing new. You're just repeating what everybody knows. So just learn and get used to it and learn how to drive fast. Why is there no good sushi? There are good sushi spots. You just don't know about it yet. Give it some time. You'll figure it out. Sin number 5, acting like you're saving Texas. This is some of the most cringe-worthy behavior. Here's the tech savior. I'm here to disrupt the barbecue scene with blockchain brisket. I'll say that again. I'm here to disrupt the barbecue scene with blockchain brisket. That was an actual pitch that I found from a subreddit group in Austin. And here's another one. The Culture Crusader. Austin needs a Venice Beach style boardwalk that had 300 plus downvotes. And I love Venice Beach, but let's not make Austin, Texas what California is. They're both their own thing. So how do we fix all this? Instead of being the tech savior or the culture crusader, how about the humble brag? I'm just grateful to be here. Y'all have it figured out. That's who you're gonna win friends with that one. Here's an action step for you. Volunteer at a local event. You have Blues on the Green, and I know you have what's the one that happens every March with the films. I forget off the top of my head. But there's so many local events downtown that you can. There's always volunteer opportunities. Now, if you really want to fast track your local knowledge and just get access to a bunch of awesome things and live music events, then volunteer for any of those big festivals that happen. South by Southwest. That's what it was. There's always volunteer opportunities like that that can really just skyrocket your knowledge. So here's a bonus 6th sin. And this is Reddit's #1 rant. And that's the California plate paradox. When I read this, I started cracking up. People from California keep their plate too long. That's signifying to the locals here that you're not committed. And there's nothing worse than not being committed and not being one of us if you're from California. Just, hey, put a this was funny. I found this from a Texas hack again under the Texas subreddit, where you put a native sticker next to your California plate. It'll confuse the hell out of everybody and leave you alone. That's funny. I would love to see that. But the long story short is just change your license plate. You put yourself you're a moving target if you drive a Tesla and you still have your California plates. Nothing worse than having an electric vehicle in a state that is nothing but gas, diesel trucks, and then being from California and having California plates on top of that. Okay, part number 2. Let's move on. How to fit in 7 rules to live by. Rule number 1, learn the unwritten driving laws. I know this needs to be almost etched in. This almost should be a prerequisite for like your entry class because you don't want to learn this the hard way. Okay, so there's 2 things here. There's a Texas left turn where at a green light, 2 or 3 cars will run the left turn after it turns red. So it turns red and you'll still see 2 or 3 cars just run that red light. Just go with them. It's tradition. And I believe it was 2019, we voted that the cameras at these little traffic stops, you can't get ticketed if you run the red. You only get ticketed if you get visually seen by a cop. So take the red because everybody's always in a rush here. And the highway speed. So whatever the speed limit is, add 20 miles to it. And that's for my people on the fast lane, in the fast lane on the far left. If you're going the speed limit, just stay on the far right. The far 2 left lanes are for people who are going over the speed limit and get out their way because That's just how it is here. Okay. And if you're going on the 130 toll here in Austin, the speed limit's 80 miles an hour. So people are flying going 100 miles an hour sometimes. And you can just see them in your rearview mirror. They're going to be pulling up and they will tailgate the crap out of you. So just get out the way. Get out the way. Stay on the right. That's your lane. So stay in it. Rule number 2, master the subtle Texas code words. Bless your heart. What that really means is you're an idiot, but I'm being polite. Interesting. I know I've said this a lot. Interesting. The secret meaning of that means I disagree, but don't want to argue. Phrases that out you as a newcomer. The traffic here is worse than LA. Why don't you recycle? Texans pride themselves on practicality over virtue signaling. Rule number 3, lie about Dr. Pepper or at least stay neutral. Why it's sacred? Because it was invented in Waco, Texas in 1885. Texans treat it like liquid state pride. Saying I don't like soda is fine. Saying it's too sweet is treasonous. So try it. I was not a Dr. Pepper fan, but I've converted. It's really good. I like it plenty. Rule number 4, Buc-ee's is a religion, so respect it. Why Texans care? It's not just a gas station. It's a cultural monument. They have the cleanest bathrooms, 100+ pumps, and beaver nuggets. Calling it a 7-Eleven on steroids will get you roasted. Pro tip, when in doubt, buy a Buc-ee's t-shirt. It's the ultimate I'm trying signal. Rule number 5, blame other Californians. The art of strategic self-deprecation. So this is how the natives do it. Ugh, these new Californians are the worst. Keyword new implies you're one of the good ones. I'll say that again. This is how natives do it. Ugh, these new Californians are the worst. If they're telling that to you and they know you're from California, that means they're not including you in that statement. Here's another one. I've been here 5 years, and I remember when Austin was affordable. That one will work every time because everybody can remember pre-pandemic when the whole rush, especially remote work, especially like all the businesses moving to Austin, everybody remembers that time. That was a little bit before my time, but from looking at the numbers from especially like the medium homes sold in 2015 and around that time period, I can see why why everything got more expensive and the reason why they hate people from California or just everyone who is moving here, increasing the price for everything. So here's a Reddit verified tactic that I got. We can all complain about Tesla drivers with their California plates. That's just instant camaraderie. And we can all crap on Dallas together because it's the Texas peace offering. There's a nice healthy rivalry between Austin, Texas, San Antonio, and Houston. So whatever city you fall in, rep it and rep it hard because that's the Texas way. New rule number 6, dress like you're not from California, but don't overdo it. So here's a Texan pet peeve that I found. Californians wearing Patagonia vests to barbecue joints like it's a Silicon Valley lunch spot. The reality is Texan can spot transplants from a mile away. Why? Because we wear our sunglasses indoors. That's a dead giveaway. 2 is that all the all black outfits. Austin's vibe is casual ranch meets tech bro. Pro tip, swap the vest for a plain tee or a UT Longhorns hat. No one will notice you're new. Cowboy boots are optional, but if you buy them, avoid the urban cowboy look. So here's rule number 7. Never, ever, ever say these things. In California, we have real Mexican food. Why is there no beach? Hello, Galveston. You guys don't have insert California chain? Wow. It's just so humid here. Texans know, and we don't care. Now the final part to this video. How not to be that Californian in Texas and actually thrive here. So after 7 years of living here, here's what I come up with. There's three rules here. Rule number one, and the most important, the earn your stripes rule. Texans respect effort. Learn one thing deeply. Barbecue joints, high school football, or where to find the best blue bonnets, and they'll all claim you as basically local. That one was inspired by Reddit under Austin called How Transplants Get Accepted thread. I found that there. The reverse compliment. Instead of in California, we try saying this. What I love about Texas is. I'll say that one again. Instead of saying in California, we ... Try saying what I love about Texas is. Completely changes the tone of the conversation. The last one is the power move. When someone mocks California, agree and add, that's why I left. That instantly disarms the person. So, those are my rules to live by. So you're not that typical Californian moving to Austin. And if you made it this far in the video, or you fast forwarded to the end, respect and having good manners goes a long way here. And you will thrive here, and you'll get so many people to open up to you, because I've probably met some of the nicest, kindest, salt of the earth people here in Texas. And that's because I came here being a kind person, having manners, and just coming from a place more of a curiosity than just trying to compare everything to where I just came from and thinking that I know better. So if you're watching this and you are thinking about moving to Austin, Texas, and just are a little bit still unsure about if you'll fit in or if you'll find your community here or be able to build lasting relationships, I'll have my information linked in the description. We can definitely take a dive deeper on on these topics. And I have a list of communities that I know where a lot of transplants or a lot of people who have moved here, because where I'm located, North Austin, kind of in Williamson County, there are so many people here that have, moved here for better quality of life, moved here because it's more affordable, from California, from everywhere, really, from East Coast and West Coast. And so you will find people that have that, you can have that one thing to at least relate to, right? Is that, hey, I wasn't born here, I moved here for better quality of life, and we share, you can have that in common. And there's some communities that have these lifestyle coordinators that really put on events to keep the community and to build community and to get people to meet their neighbors. So you can find that here, especially in these newer master plan communities. So I think I'll leave it there at that. And let me know in the comments what you think of this video. I really want to say this last thing for my Texans out there. What did I miss? You can roast me on my take if I miss anything. And just know this. The best Austin realtors not only warn you about the property taxes and finding you the right home that checks all the boxes, but they also prepare you for the culture shift that you will experience here, because you are moving to a completely new state and it's different. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.